I'm tired of pretending that Frieren Season 2 hasn't been a complete snooze fest. Ooh. He gave the peace emoji and the crying emoji combo. Oh, Ellen is Torin coming out here swinging. Bro is instigating. He wants war. I don't know what you guys see in it for it to be ranked top 2 on my anime list out of all anime. Not that it means much anyway. And you know what? Let's talk about this. So first of all, let's acknowledge that slander is crazy. It has not been a snooze fest. However, does it deserve rank 2 on my anime list? Not that the list matters. I've been saying this since the beginning of the season, right? That Frieren is an overrated anime. And overrated doesn't mean that it's bad. So many people think that the term overrated means that the show is actually garbage and it's getting a rating that it doesn't deserve. No. Overrated means that the show is so fucking peak that there's an additional overflow of many people bandwagoning and rating it much higher, and also pure pressure of other people saying this has to be that fucking amazing, even though it may actually not be. When I think about season 2, the first 4 episodes were basically the quintessential Frieren vibes of, you know, slice of life horizontal scaling content, not really progressing the main plot, but just enjoying the journey, going to different villages and the character interactions, and of course female flashback to round up the day. And it's all about the execution. Nothing crazy is happening, yet the themes and the conversations and what they look forward to is so wholesome and peaceful that a lot of people vibe with it. They enjoy it. Some people think it's a snooze fest because to them nothing is happening. But for the people that love Frieren for what it is, I think that they just enjoy it. But to be rated this fucking high, I think is a bit ridiculous, to the point that I responded by saying, bigger industry plant than Lord of the Mysteries. I actually do think Lord of the Mysteries, low-key, has some weird agenda happening. Like, I have no sources. I just remember that one male character tier list. I forgot, like, best, like, most oral, and it was Climb already during that season compared to everyone else. And I was like, listen, I love Climb already. I love Lord of the Mysteries, but like the way that you guys glaze and support this show, it feels like there's like paid CCP bots fucking doing this feedback loop of many people just glazing it. Almost got rage baited, but realized it's Gaga TV saying this with the Moyai. But that's the thing about me. Am I rage baiting right now? What if I'm being honest? You never know, because I have the Moyai emote. There's so many anime right now that's airing better in season 2. Like what? Like 10 others says nothing. Bro really has no enemies. I think that's a Vinland Saga profile picture. Bro comes in, there's so many enemies. Name 10. There's at least 10. Now, I will say, if we're actually going to be comparing anime that's on that Frieren tier, if not more, I do think JJK is obviously there. Sentence to be a Hero, Oshinoko. Don't know if I can say that about Palace Paradise. Palace Paradise has its moments. Base Strange Facus, I think, is up there. I think Shibuya Yugi has its moments. Definitely a very underrated anime in my opinion, with the director just being very creative, artistic, aka stalling without anything happening. No, there's actually a lot of great anime, and I think that my gut tells me that Medalist Season 2 is also on that level. Obviously not watching it because people just don't watch animes like this, but I think this is probably the most underrated anime this season, while Frieren being the most overrated. Let's see some of the other stuff. What is this, bro? What is this shit? Criticizing Frieren equals you're a solo leveling fan. Frieren fans are increasingly starting to look like actual bots. I can't with these ninjas just watch solo leveling, bro. And they enjoy Blue Lock. And you know what? I don't know. Is this the Gunball gamer equivalent? You know, it's I don't know. It's like, I think this is a hate crime. So anyone that basically uses solo leveling to insult other people, I think that's a hate crime. I do. It's hate speech. So many people just use solo leveling as like an easy target and will brand you with it and say like you're that. It's kind of like Unga Bunga Slayer, like Demon Slayer, right? It's kind of like all these other like Battle Shonen shit, and say, oh, if you can't enjoy something that's not Battle Shonen, then you are exactly that type of person. But the craziest thing is that If we look at the quotes, I'm sure we'll see one. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that one tweet? Where is it from that one JJK account? Basically, this person, like, basically there's like a different narrative happening online that Frieren actually is a battle shonen. And you have to think about it, right? I think a lot of the battle shonen accusations comes from specifically at the end of season 1, there was a big, not a tournament, but battle royale arc happening, right? And there was also, what was it? A lot of action happening. So like and honestly, it's not as apparent that it is a battle shonen like Black Clover, like Naruto, like One Piece, Bleach, right? It's not just in your face. But if you really think about it, I don't know, man. I feel like it low-key kind of has that Black Clover-esque shit. Watching Frieren doesn't make you like an Albert Einstein fan. There's that other side too, right? Where people think that Frieren is such a... It takes so much intellect to understand it. Which I think is fucking ridiculous. I don't think you need to be a genius to understand Frieren. I do think you need to be a genius to watch Classroom of the Elite though. Don't forget that. Classroom, the people that glaze Frieren and then look down on others for thinking they're the big brain people. No. The true big brain anime is Classroom of the Elite. Don't get that shit twisted. I think Frieren, the argument here that you need to be smart to understand a show comes down to a separate level of intelligence, which is what? Emotional intelligence. It's like the idea that rather than textbook smarts, academic smarts, there's a different level of emotional maturity and intelligence that one has through shared life experiences, and those that understand loss of people, or just like understanding the, you know, the fabrics of time itself, and how you need to appreciate the present before, you know, it's gone, and appreciate now, or, you know, like all that kind of themes is something I guess unknown to the typical Unga Bunga battle shonen enjoyer. Therefore they think like, oh, you need to be smart to understand this, and they kind of have like a very snobby attitude. But I feel like, again, nah. I think Frieren is so popular and widely enjoyable because it, again, is another one of those shows that's a low-hanging fruit. And when I say low-hanging fruit, when I say lowest common denominator, I'm trying to give you like a context of that it's so popular. Like, basically, something this popular, this big, can't be a niche show. Like, for example, in my opinion, this is what I think Frieren enjoyers think that they are. This anime, I think, is actually next level. It's profound, it's crazy, the writing, the most recent episode with that fucking monologue from Kiara, the master girl, bro, that shit was insane. She's like reading scriptures off the fucking book while she's killing. Anyways, there are shows where I think it does take more media literary comprehension, but these type of shows, it filters out the casuals, right? And the most important thing, in my opinion, when you go viral, when you are mainstream popular, to be on that Frieren, on that solo leveling, like many people think that Frieren is not solo leveling and it's very different. No, I think you guys are like pretty much the same. Obviously, fundamentally different anime, but in the way that appeals to that many people, you are not a niche anime that's filtering out many people. Frieren appeals to a lot of average normies. It's cozy, it's cute, it's fun. It doesn't take that much fucking brain power to enjoy it. You come home and you watch this shit and you just enjoy it. A lot of people will say, I watched that shit after work and I just want to sleep. And people will say, no fucking wonder, it's just a boring anime. But like, I genuinely don't think Frieren is something so unique and special that like it is this underrated masterwork that many people don't understand. Like, no, just by definition of what the show is and the metrics that's been shown, right, through the results of how popular it is, it can't be. This is a normie-ass fucking show. I don't mean to hate, but you were kind of in a similar boat when fans criticized Lord of the Mysteries, lol. Screenshot where I said anyone criticized Lord of the Mysteries is a soul leveling fan, Lamau. They said that you were in the same boat, not that you were there. Okay. Just, I mean, all series are mid compared to Railgun, so it doesn't matter. Random Twaddle. Wow, niche Twaddle enjoyer coming up, bro. You're dead ass the same, brother. Where the fuck are you guys getting calling me soul leveling fans? You were calling out new gen people who tried getting into Lord of the Mysteries anime but didn't stand it with the same argument, calling them for low attention span, which was true, but it applies to you in this case. Basically, reading comprehension. A lot of people coming into Lord of the Mysteries, and I think Ellen Histerman was saying that like this is a skill issue. Proof, because the problem with Lord of the Mysteries is actually quite literally the opposite. People were complaining that it was too fast. If you want a screenshot, I won't. Okay, just fucking arguing. I mean, saying it's just boring or sloppy is not really criticism, but okay. They're also wrong for assuming that you were just a solo leveling fan, but you're also wrong in pretending that you gave criticism while you gave nothing. What's the criticism here? That it's been... Well, there hasn't been an actual like criticism. He just thinks it's boring. And at the end of the day, it can just be a subjective thing. You don't have to enjoy Frieren, and many other people enjoy this shit for what it is, right? So I just feel like an anime like this appeals to many people, and I think it is very overrated in the way that it's gaining momentum like this. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be for you, right? That's what it's supposed to be. A relaxing anime you watch before bed to relax. I just feel at peace when watching it. Good point. It can help me fall asleep. Jokes write themselves. It's good but lacks tension. I've explained this many times. Macro tension specifically. Oh, we have a thinker here, huh? Macro tension, implying that there was also micro tension. Okay, alright. Luckily, the next season should have more and more plot. We all understand it's intensely slow, but it doesn't mean it was a good decision. Tension as in there's no threat. That there's no overall like direness of someone dying. Is that the thing that's missing in Frieren of why it's... No, I feel like fundamentally, like during the action sequences, like this logic I think would work in certain contexts, but the more I think about it, the way that like people like Ellen and Story getting more locked in because it's getting more exciting with this like new demon arc, that shit doesn't really have that much tension either. I don't really think that we're gonna lose. It's more of the core of Frieren. It's not really about the macro tension, but it's more about like how it focuses on the character interactions and the slice of life and the chill vibes, and that it's separate element to be enjoyed. I don't think that really needs to have any sort of tension, if honestly. And that how this is very appreciated and accepted by many people, but to a lot of other people who expect more, right? Those are the group of people that may want more stuff like this from the action sequences. Why the need to say that it's ranked top 2 on my anime list? Because it is. And can always say you don't like it, what you liked and what you disliked. Snoozefest. Is this seriously a review? It's a little disappointing, not gonna lie. Well, of course he's being very like rage baity here because he wants to make this post pop. No shit. I mean, it's got like almost 1 million views, right? And a lot of people fucking quoting it. I'm sure they're quoting him, but I don't think he's wrong for saying that it is ridiculous for season 2 currently to be number 2. Because like, let's be honest. Let's be completely serious. Is this season of anime for Frieren that world-breaking, that mind-shattering? Is this that like unique of experience? No, it's bandwagoning effect. It's from the people who are just parroting how peak it is without actually thinking if it's actually that good and rating it that high. Season 1, I feel like may have some ground to stand because it's like a brand new thing. And it's very different in how, again, explores the themes of time, the passage of time through this elf that just 50 years is a blink like that, and now she reflects back. I think it was greatly done. And season 2 extends off of that with more just casual vibes in the beginning, and it's getting a bit serious now. To say this shit is this fucking high, I think is fucking ridiculous. I think it's like, yeah, I don't think that season 2 has really been that mind-breaking. It's great. It's elite. But this fucking high? Come on. It is overrated, and it's by design. You can simply not watch it. True. There's literally tons of badly written trash isekai power fantasy slop in there, and you complaining about the good one. Well, those trash isekai slop isn't fucking taking both top 2 slots of the rank of all anime. What a disingenuous fucking argument. Frieren is a snooze fest because it's a slow-paced story, and that's why people liked it. No. I'd argue there's many snooze fests. I'd argue being a snooze fest, being a slow-paced story is actively like worse for normies. Normies, casuals, they just want to like turn their brain off and enjoy the character interactions. There's plenty of slow-paced stories that just doesn't do well because it's slow-paced. I mean, shit, look at this. This is fucking slow-paced too. It's just different, right? The way that like this show is presented to the casual audience, they just can't understand it. It's too artistic. Frieren is very, very simple, and it's widely just, what's it called? It's widely acceptable, right? If you think about popularity again, you gotta think of how you appeal to the casuals, the normies. The normies literally will skip shit and watch shit in 2x speed if it's that bad. It's that the characters and the interactions are so fun and enjoyable to them, right? It's like a sitcom you come home and you just watch, and it's like an episode of Family Guy, it's like an episode of South Park or Simpson. You're just kind of chilling. There's nothing crazy happening, but you just enjoy it. It is very cult-like though. It is very cult-like. Why everyone wants to be objectively correct about everything in media while it's quite literally impossible? There are anime I could glaze. We're just talking about how it's ridiculous for it to be that high. And nobody says anything about this, right? Solo leveling? What do you mean it's rank 120, bro? I'd say that's like an adequate rating. What is this post about? Now, unless you're crying about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, right? What the fuck does this post really have to do? There's a lot of fucking zero IQ fucking responses here from people just getting triggered off of Ellen the Story and Steak, but like, it is an overrated anime. And there's nothing wrong with that. Why is it so hard for people to say this series is not for me? This is bullshit. Ooh, the ratios are going crazy. This is bullshit. I'm out here trying to get people to read and watch Lord of the Mysteries, and this post just gave ammo to all the Lord of the Mysteries haters and LARPers. Why? Because it's Ellen the Historian. He doesn't mention Lord of the Mysteries a single time. But I guess it's because... Nah, that's not really fair. To say like Lord Ellen Historian is that significant of a person that if he says this that people won't watch Lord of the Mysteries, I think it's very disrespectful to Lord of the Mysteries itself. I understand he's a very big content creator for that, right? But to say off of this main post that like people are gonna be, come on. That's just like guilt by association. That's also undermining your own series, and you're overglazing Ellen Historian while underestimating your own fucking IP. French, I can't read it. Probably dooming about this shit. Bigger industry plan the Lord of Mysteries though. I agree. The whole I personally don't enjoy this thing, so must be bad mindset is super dumb. It's fine to not like something that's good. If Frieren was really a snooze fest, then it wouldn't have such acclaim and love. It's not for you and that's okay. He's asking a question. I personally don't enjoy this thing, so it must be bad. Has he said that it's bad though? He's saying it's a snooze fest and that he doesn't understand why it's ranked 2. Again, in the land of Twitter, people will just take people's words and then they'll start like creating a narrative off of that. Shonen ninjas as soon as 2 buff dudes aren't beating themselves half naked on the screen. Is Ellen Historian a shonen ninja though? Again, people that like see posts like this and immediately jump to conclusions because the only type of people that could never enjoy Frieren are basically battle shonen enjoyers. Which is crazy because this is a shonen series, you fucking retard. Is Frieren a shonen series though? What's a shonen series? Does it have to be on Shonen Jump? Dude, this is shonen. Me, when I have 0 attention span and watch anime at 2x speed. Nah, I think for Ellen Historian, it's that there's nothing happening. I think Ellen Historian has a lot of attention span. I think that the media that he consumes needs to be more packed with content. And the nature of Frieren being just low-key a snooze fest, and that's what people enjoy. It's not for him, and he moves on. This is not like a brain-dead rot. It's the exact opposite. He wants more stimulation to be happening. Wait, so it's apparently wrong to say Frieren is kind of mid, or am I missing something? I mean, I'm always going to be the group that thinks Steins Gate and Steins Gate 0 is better. It's a delicate thing. You touch this shit and people get mad. Just talk shit about Frieren and immediately people start crying, bro. People said the exact same thing about season 1 until a bunch of memes were made and a bunch of losers attached onto it like they normally do. All I see is fucking right-wing grift happening with Frieren shit, bro, which is the most nastiest shit. It's just so annoying to see fucking grifters who don't even watch the anime trying to use the concept of demons to basically label groups of people they hate. Absolute goyim. Wow. Silence grifter peak is cooking. Always the blue check marks. Yeah, people get very sensitive of this. People get very sensitive about this. Who gave this guy a platform? The people that find his words compelling. And if you truly were also compelling, you could have a platform like him too. That's pretty much it. I think that Frieren snooze fest. If you don't enjoy the slice of life, it'll be a snooze fest for you. If those characters don't click with you, it will be a snooze fest to you. I enjoy the characters, and there doesn't need to be any action happening. They can just be fucking around in random villages doing random missions. But just like the character interactions between Fern and Stark, it's fun. Frieren, all 3 of them. Like the date episodes, that was really nice. But to a lot of people that don't really care about these characters, right? It's gonna go over their head. And I guess they only will care about like the action stuff because that's somehow stimulating. I think it's still an elite anime, but I disagree with this being rank 2 on my anime list. Like right now. Who knows how the current arc will conclude, right? With the Revolte stuff. And I think that it's going to be really great. I'm very excited to see Gennao's conclusion and what kind of, closure he gets and, the hype action sequences happening. But to say right now, this is rank 2 over all the other fucking anime in that shit. I put Re:Zero Season 1 over this, bro. I genuinely would. Are you fucking kidding me? I put Mushoku Tensei Season 1 and 2 over this. There's a lot of other anime I would put that shit on the rank 2 spot over. Does that mean Season 2 Frieren is bad? No, it's great. But like, to be this fucking highly rated, this is clearly just bandwagoning. And it's a bunch of people overrating a series because they love it. And it's that simple.